up, guys? It's GhostWulf from GhostWulf Underground, and I'm here with my partner, Smg Ghosty. We have two very special guests here tonight at Sled Entertainment's Mosh for Tots. I would like to welcome, what's your name, sir?
Kenny Watkins.
Didn't you play in that one band that played tonight?
I'm trying to remember their name real quick. It begins with a no. Ends with a victory.
Oh, I bought their hoodie, man. Those guys were sick.
Word.
Nope. Fight, no victory.
And I'm here with
Alfonso from Heartsick.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna let my partner pilot this tonight along with special guest Kenny. So do you guys have any questions for Mr. Alfonso of Heartsick?
Well, first off, the rhythm of your band is the first thing. Like when I listen to a band, I always point out what really stuck out to me. And it was really the arithmetic that you guys were using.
Thank you.
How the songs are structured from start to finish. Like everything's got a real good groove to it. Where does that originate from?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do, because I help write a lot of the songs. Even though I sing in the band, I'm actually one of the main writers.
Nice.
And just, I'm Puerto Rican Dominican. I was born in Puerto Rico. I was raised in the Dominican Republic.
So that's where that reggaeton.
Yeah, so there's a lot of Hispanic salsa stuff in there, and then just black culture in general with my grandmother and stuff. So rhythm's always been a big part of our family, at least me growing up. And then our bass player, he's actually 100% Native American. He's part of the Ojibwe Odawa tribe. So a lot of that rhythmic stuff comes from him as well, the powwows and everything. And then our drummer, he used to be in marching band, and he was the whole snare thing. And just all of us are really into rhythm. It just happened that we just all kind of found each other. So I think that kind of lends itself to how the band already works,
Sick. Very sick.
So thank you very much.
Really good question, honestly. Let me think of something, because you low-key, you cook with that. Hold on. Let me think. What inspiration do you take behind the songs you make? What would you say your biggest imagery behind your music is?
Honestly, there's no my problem. I think it's a strength of mine, but also a weakness maybe, or not a weakness, but I guess a point in contention is I'm very interested in art in general. I love art. I'm a photographer. I'm a videographer. I went to film school. So for me, art is very important. And I think the saving grace of that is that I always want things to be authentic, and I want them to be natural. But at the same time, I think that can be kind of detrimental, because it's a point of not wanting to just conform to the general, what I feel like a lot of bands may do because they want to be big or famous. And I've just never been interested in fame or anything. I just want to make songs. My favorite bands are bands that, minus a few, never got gigantic, but they were your favorite band's favorite band, right? Deftones the exception. Deftones is my favorite band in the whole world. But everybody that's in a band is Deftones is the shit. And that's always been our goal as a band. And I think that that's where we come from in that sense, and that sort of essence. So for me, when it comes to writing lyrics, it could be easy to fall into just write about your girlfriend and about love and about depression. And I do write about that. But I think in general, I want to challenge myself constantly on what can be a lyrical, interesting theme. So
how can we make this art?
Yeah. So I try to write about anything and everything. I mean, tonight we played a song. It's called Sinister. That song's about Godzilla. I just love Godzilla. It's my favorite, monster ever. And then there's a song about, a song called Where the Trees Touch the Sun. We didn't play it tonight, but that song's about my son, but also a double entendre about my home country, Puerto Rico, and being on the mountains and seeing the sun hit the trees and that beautiful sort of scenery. And then there's songs about, depression and stuff, but it's always different. There's never a real theme. I always try to make something different. We have a song called Pyramid Head. It's about the game Silent Hill. I don't play video games. Our bass player and our guitar player are gigantic video game nerds.
Love that.
I used to play video games in college here and there, and Silent Hill was a game that I just liked. And one day I was outside I was inside of my office, and I work out of school, and I just heard the merry-go-round, and it was making this weird noise, and that noise that it made was creepy, and it reminded me about Silent Hill, and I just made the song about that. And then there's things I love. I'm a giant UFC fan. I'm very sad right now because I'm missing. Yeah. I'm missing the Pantoja fight right now.
I point to my book right
so, there. I teach judo and jiu-jitsu. I've been doing jiu-jitsu and judo all my life. I'm 43, so I started when I was 9. So there's songs about just fighting in general and stuff. So it's just always different, always.
Yeah. That's something I feel like me and him could both. What would be the word for that? Relate to. Yeah, it's something we can definitely relate to. Would be trying to be as real and authentic as possible. Not trying to put up some imagery, because like at the end of the day, we're not doing this to make millions of dollars. To become the biggest band like Metallica. I do this because I love it. I got other plans to make money. Like getting up on stage and having that feeling in your heart, and it's just like that's honestly what keeps me keep going. Fun fact, you were talking about Pyramid Head. Yeah. We're in Pennsylvania, right? I heard you're from Michigan, right?
Castralia, is that the name of the place?
Centralia,
yeah.
It actually burned down,
Yeah, we've been there. We went there once. Now it's just basically like a little street with like graffiti on it.
They shut down that
You can't even go there anymore.
Fuck, yeah.
I'll take a second just to see a bit.
Oh, dude, that's the homie.
Mm-hmm.
This guy right here, you want to know first time he going on stage?
Yeah.
Right here in this ballroom.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So I have one because you're here with two locally known artists.
For sure.
What kind of advice would you give to artists that are just starting out or just trying to make it to the next level?
I mean, I think we've been doing this for a really long time. We've been a band. Myself, our bass player and guitar player. We used to be a band called No Life. That band was together for 15 years. Our drummer passed away after he OD'd, and we changed the band name to Heartsick. Heartsick's been a band for 10 years. So myself and our bass player and our guitar player have been in the same band together for 25 years. And I think what I've learned in doing this in general is for anybody doing anything, it's what I tell my students too. It's don't get obsessed with the end result of the goal being whatever it is, that big thing you want. I'd say be obsessed with how to become better at accomplishing those goals, right? It's the idea, it's the 1% rule. Every day you accomplish 1% of what you were to where you want to be in life, whether it be work, school, art, whatever it is, right? And if you continue to compile that 1% and you don't give up and you don't quit and you pursue that within your means, then I think that's the definition of success. I don't think that success can be defined by what society wants, because my idea of success isn't being a billionaire sitting in a fucking house that everybody doesn't share with you and you're just looking over people and taking from the world rather than giving. My idea of success is reaching a point where you can give back, and give to the world what it's given you. So my advice would be is not give up and make your goal to improve the thing that you love so that you leave it for someone else better. That's what I would say.
That is genuinely words of wisdom that I've taken in the past and has changed my life to be where I am right now in the seat. Yeah. Honestly, a lot of the stuff that you just said, I personally agree with, and I have also told other people. So that's something very good, I feel like, to put on an interview, honestly.
Yeah, it's like I think we live in a society where everything is right here, right now, right? You can get on your phone right now and get whatever you want. You can see what your friends are doing right now. And everybody has this perception of, oh, they're having such a great life. But I think that the reality is you can't get those things immediately. That's not real life. Things take time. It takes time to become something that you want to be. It doesn't happen overnight. The idea, it's kind of like, let's take one of my favorite rappers ever, Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick, I mean, that dude is an incredible artist, an incredible rapper. But if you look at Kendrick's career, Kendrick was rapping. I mean, like, that dude was dropping bars years and years and years before. Yeah. He never gave up. Kendrick didn't wake up one day doing what he was doing and then suddenly was like the biggest thing on earth playing the Super Bowl. It was a slow cook. It was a slow cook. And I think people really need to realize that life in reality is a slow cook. You don't make good food by throwing everything in a pot and just cooking it. Yes. You make good food by ruining a bunch of plates along the way, and then you find a specific dish that you really love and you make that dish well. So
that's awesome.
Facts, honestly.
Yeah, everything I've heard has been really awesome. Yeah.
That is another person who's also been really inspirational to me. Me and Kendrick Lamar actually have the same birthday.
That's dope.
17th. Honestly, yeah, it's about just like keep going and going and going and going.
Yeah.
Eventually, like, you'll sit here and you'll see everybody's life in the spotlight online, like you were saying, but you don't realize all these dark times that you have in between it. But it all leads into these spots of light that you were looking for. And the more that you sit there and just like thug it out and push through that anxiety and push through that trauma and that pain that's keeping you from wanting to do that, you'll go further and further and further. The more you stay uncomfortable with what you're doing, the better you're going to be at
Yeah, I think exactly. That's it. There's this idea in society, I think, that plagues, especially now, the sort of narrative that there's like, let's take music, right? We're all artists here, right?
Yeah.
Let's take music, and there's this idea of like, oh, there's so many bands, there's just too many, go do something else. And it's like, I don't think that's true. There's never enough art in the world. There could never be enough photographers. There could never be enough videographers. And I can tell you why. Because everybody looks through the lens differently. So, and everybody that has a lens and is doing what they're doing has a different way of viewing the world. And there's space for that. There's always space for all of us. There's space for your music, my music, everybody's music, this person's movie, this person's, photography. Like, it doesn't matter. There's space. And I think there's this idea, especially in art, that we're all collectively like fighting each other, that we're all collectively fighting for space. But that's not true. There's what space do you have that I can't be in and that you can't be in? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, here, sit down and how about we just make some art together too? That's cool. Like, there's always room. And the idea of competition between art just doesn't sit well with me. So I just tell people follow what you really love. And if you do that and you understand that it takes time, then you'll be fine. You just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Find a way, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. Like I said, I really relate everything to cooking and martial arts. Two of my favorite things outside of music. And I tell my students, I'm like, if you're not failing, you're not going to accomplish anything. You have to fail.
You have to.
If you don't get choked out, armbarred, thrown, whatever, you're never going to learn this art correctly. If you don't fail at life, if you don't fail at taking photos, dude, when I started taking photos, I was fucking shit. I still think I'm shit. I think every artist thinks they're terrible, right? But then if you keep a log of your work and you go back and you look, you're like, oh shit, improvement. And I think that's what we fail to see. We fail to see improvement because we're also used to being told there's too many of you. You should go do something else. And we start to focus on all the things we do wrong and all the things that we're failing at. And we don't focus on that failure making us better. Because I guarantee you, if you go listen to your first songs that you made and the ones you made now, they're probably infinitely better. And in your mind, they were probably terrible. But then when you go back and listen to it, like, that wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't like terrible, right? but you had to fail to get there. You had to like suck to get to the next place, right? So I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, with me and my own personal band, No Fight, No Victory, a lot of the original songs are based off like animes, like Attack on Titan,
I love anime.
Like
Fucking anime is fantastic.
But the reason why stuff like that resonates with me is the characters resolve their passion and you know, what means something to them, and their raw emotion and raw, you know, just drive to get done. You know, the mission that they need to get done.
For sure.
And it's definitely, from what it sounds like, you have in your life a lot of things that drive you. And your band, you know, basically manifests that same energy when you guys play.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a great point.
Like,
manifestation is real.
You guys like look like you're having a great time. All the music sounds like natural, like you guys, you know, wrote it in your room, like you're not trying to be something. You're just, you know, letting the riffs fly, letting the beats fly. And, yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you. What's your favorite anime?
Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Samurai Champloo.
Samurai Champloo. I would have to say, who else likes anime here? Are we all anime fans? What's your favorite anime? What's your favorite one?
Solo Leveling.
All right. What's your favorite anime?
The Future Battery.
All right, yours.
Ghost in the Shell.
Okay, that's a good one. Awesome. I've become I'm very old school classic. Mine, of course, is Dragon Ball Z, but that was like when I was like in college. It's huge. But right now, I'm like, I'm really absolutely just like threw myself into a few things, and Golden Kamuy is a great one. And then I've been watching, obviously, Demon Slayer is awesome. And then my buddy's the voice for Bakugo and My Hero Academia. So yeah, he's the voice of Bakugo in Latin America. So he's like,
fair enough.
You know, so he's Bakugo in like the Latin America in Spanish, which is super wild for me because we grew up together. We were in bands together. And I'm just like, how the fuck did you end up as Bakugo? What the fuck, dude? Yeah. So,
very sick.
Cool.
Awesome.
Oh, he's moshing right now. Like, he started the interview. He's like, yeah, you guys do this.
Well, this is Sled Dog Entertainment, right?
This is
who's sponsoring this interview?
You guys me?
This is
GhostWulf.
She's a.
I got some questions.
You got some questions?
I got some questions.
Ask
We
away.
could make a whole entire YouTube
So,
video on
Ask some
this.
questions.
Think about your favorite song,
Yes.
okay? If you could rewrite your favorite songs,
Over the mic.
if you could rewrite your favorite song, why would you rewrite it?
Me personally, my favorite song is For Morant by Calm Trues. And I honestly I can't say that song could be made any different.
Would you rewrite it at all?
No.
You love it the way it is?
Yeah, I love that song the way it is.
That's super sick. How about you, Mr. Watkins?
Well, right now, my favorite song is Speeding 72 by Mama, and I wouldn't change
You love Mama.
thing
I know.
about that song. So,
How about you? If there was, even if you could just hit a different detail, it doesn't have to be a complete rewrite, just anything.
My favorite song, I mean, there's so many great songs. What a tough question. But if I had to think about like my favorite song, I'd say my favorite song is by Duran Duran. It's called Come Undone.
Yep. That's a good one. Beautiful.
And honestly, I wouldn't change it because to say changing it would then feel like there's a part in the song that I really didn't like.
Right.
So I wouldn't. But I think what I would do is I would change the video for it now.
Okay.
Like looking back at like the 90s videos, I was like, the
We
video's
love
like
a 90s
whatever.
video.
Yeah, the video's like whatever. But no, I wouldn't change the song. It has all the things that make a song a great song. You know, it's got a great hook. It's got, you know, a lot of like really like sexy, cool shit in it. Like,
it gives you that you could like feel.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was more or less like a trick question. It's kind of like that will make you think about the deepest thoughts that you could possibly think of a song, because like everybody's got like that hit track that like, wow, this song is so cool.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
They'll be like doing dishes or like taking a shower, you listen to a song, you're like, yeah, this is my favorite song. But when you got to think about if you would change even the decimal of a song, or you would think about a lyric that you could change, you really think about your favorite song, and that really tells a lot of people about you.
Yeah.
So like that's one of the best questions that I've asked people in my lifetime, being like the hardcore scene, being like pop punk scene, the freaking metalcore scene, all of the scenes that I've possibly met people who have changed my life. That's one of the questions I ask. If you could change any song, your favorite song, even like a little bit, but that right there shows you legit your favorite song, because you're like, yo, I could never change it. Even if I could, I would never, because like it touches a part of your soul that a lot of people don't understand, which is amazing. And it lets people know who you guys are. It lets people understand that like your favorite song could be freaking Taylor Swift, something crazy, but like it resonates with you. It gives you that feeling of like home, family, comfort, love. It gives you some sort of positive feeling that like maybe people don't know, maybe people don't understand, but like the fact that you guys all look at me and you're like, you know what, I wouldn't change anything. That is your favorite song. That is what it's like when you get on stage. You're like, yo, I'm this band, or yo, I'm this song, and I'm performing for these fans. And like you get on stage, you have that confidence that a lot of people don't understand most of the time. Yeah. So like it's super cool to be able to understand you guys in a way that I never did.
It's a good question.
Like it is. It's awesome. It is.
Yeah.
Good answers. I love you all.
Who's sponsoring this interview? What company?
Nasty Promotions.
Nasty Promotions.
This man right here.
Nasty Promotions.
Nasty Promotions.
I just want to be involved. I just have one question.
Well, we were involved. We just interviewed Heartsick.
Alfonso from Heartsick.
Alfonso from Heartsick.
Everybody calls me Fonzie.
Yeah, it was sick.
Continue
to
support original music.
My question. I already know you.